Hey everyone, my name's Wendy and today we're going to be making this gorgeous chamomile cake with lemon honey buttercream. Before we get started, let's go over our ingredients. The first thing you'll need is 1 cup of unsalted butter softened, 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, 4 eggs room temperature. I usually take my eggs out an hour or 2 before I start to bake. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of chamomile infused milk. To make chamomile infused milk, heat your milk until it reaches a light simmer and add 4 bags of chamomile tea. Allow your milk to cool before using. Now let's go over some equipment we'll need to make this cake. You'll need a large bowl, a rubber spatula or a wooden spoon, a cake pan. I'm using 2 6-inch cake pans. You can use an 8-inch or even cupcake tins. A mixer, a stand mixer, or a whisk. Let's get started. In a large bowl, beat the butter and sugar together until light and fluffy. This usually takes about 5 minutes. In this step, what we're doing is we're creating small air bubbles by beating the butter and sugar together. These bubbles will help our cake rise in the oven. Add the eggs one at a time, mixing well after each addition. Beat in the vanilla. In a separate bowl, combine the flour, baking powder, and salt. Stir with a whisk or a fork, using a spatula while gently hand mixing. Alternate adding flour mixture and milk mixture to the butter mixture, starting and ending with flour mixture and mixing until just combined after each addition. The batter should be smooth and completely combined, but avoid overmixing. Prepare your cake pans by spraying them with non-stick spray and lining the bottom with a piece of parchment paper cut to the size of your pan. Evenly divide batter into prepared cake pans and bake on 350 for 30 to 45 minutes. While our cake is baking, let's get started on the buttercream. Beat 3 sticks of butter, 4.5 cups of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of honey, and a tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice in a large bowl. Using a rubber spatula, mix your buttercream to remove any tiny air bubbles or small sugar pockets. Continue to mix until your buttercream is nice and smooth. After your cake is done baking, allow them to cool for up to 3 hours. Once your cakes are cool, if they have a small belly at the top, go ahead and cut those off using a serrated edge knife. And remove your cakes from the pan. Turn your cake over onto a cake board. Add a small layer of buttercream to the top of your cake and smooth it out using a rubber spatula, or if you have one, a cake spatula. Add the second cake on top of the first one, and using a little bit of your buttercream, you're going to add a small layer of frosting onto your cake. This first layer is called the crumb coat. This coat will ensure that all your crumbs stick to the cake so that when we add our final layer and decoration, no crumbs will show. After you're done crumb coating your cake, put it in the refrigerator for up to an hour so that crumb coat hardens. Once your crumb coat has hardened, it's time to frost and decorate your cake. Add a thick layer of frosting to the sides and top of your cake. Smooth it out using a spatula or a butter knife. Even a bench scraper will work. For my decoration, I'm going to be creating small ridges on the sides of my cake. Using the tip of a butter knife or a spatula, press it lightly against your cake and turn your cake. This will create the lines. If you would like to make waves on your cake, just move your knife or spatula up and down slowly while spinning your cake. Clean the bottom of your cake using your spatula or butter knife by scraping any frosting off your cake plate or board. To add a final touch to my cake, I'm going to add fresh lemon slices to the top of my cake. And we are done. This is how you make a chamomile cake with lemon honey buttercream.